Guys, in this video, let's look at the technique of tracheostomy. So basically how exactly you do it, what are the steps? Okay, so basically you're making a tracheotomy and opening, giving it a mouth kind of opening. So that is a stoma. So it becomes a tracheotomy plus stoma. That becomes a tracheostomy, right? So how will you do this? Before you do this, you will do before doing a tracheostomy, you will do an endotracheal intubation, especially in children and infants. Remember this. Patient, how will they lie? They will lie supine with a pillow under the shoulders, okay? So that the neck gets extended. Very good. How will you give? In unconscious patients, they're saying no need of anesthesia. But if but you can give lignocaine with epinephrine, standard local anesthesia they're giving. Sometimes they are giving general anesthesia with intubation. Okay. Steps. How will you do this? A vertical incision you will make in the midline of the neck. So here they're showing you, right? Vertical incision in the midline of neck you will do. From where? From cricoid cartilage, just above the sternal notch. So from cricoid cartilage to the sternal notch, just above the sternal notch. You can see here very exactly. If you draw this diagram in the exam, you'll get very good marks. From the cricoid, it's actually just below the thyroid cartilage, right? From there to here, what incision? Skin incision. Don't go up deep. Okay. This is the most favored incision and can be used in emergency and elective procedures. It gives rapid access with minimum bleeding and tissue dissection. So then you will make a transverse incision. Transverse 5 cm long, made 2 finger breadth above the sternal notch. Why are they making a transverse notch here? So they are making a transverse notch here also. Okay. 2 finger, what is this? 2 finger breadth above the sternal notch. Okay. This transverse incision is how long, guys? 5 cm long. Okay. So 2 finger breadth, 1 finger, 1 more finger. Here you have the sternum. So 2 finger breadth above the sternal notch, you will make a 5 cm transverse incision. From where to where you made the vertical one? From the cricoid cartilage, just below the thyroid cartilage. From the cricoid cartilage to just above the sternal notch. Okay. Then 1 incision over, second incision also over. So basically, the vertical one was to minimize bleeding, etc. Transverse one is going to reduce the scar. Okay. After incision, tissues are dissected in midline. So whatever tissues are there in midline, you will dissect them. So dilated veins are either displaced or ligated. Okay. You displace, let us remember like that. Then strap muscles are separated in the midline and retracted laterally. So all the muscles, whatever strap muscles are there. Strap muscles means what? The strap muscle, actually they depress the hyoid bone. That's what it says here. So these are called as the infrahyoid muscles. They include the sternohyoid, sternothyroid, thyrohyoid, omohyoid. So three things are connected to the hyoid. Sternohyoid, thyrohyoid, omohyoid. Then you have the sternothyroid. 4 muscles. All the 4 together are the infrahyoid muscles. What do? They depress the hyoid bone. The thyroid isthmus is displaced upward. See, the thyroid isthmus, where did they show? So here you have the isthmus, they can displace it, right? Upward, they are saying. Better displace it upward, right? Or you can divide it between the clamps and suture ligate it. Or you can just divide it and suture ligate it, okay? Then again, now they are injecting lignocaine into the trachea to suppress cough, okay? Now they are going to incise, they are going into the trachea. As of now, only skin and all separation has happened. Now they are ready to go into the airway. So they are putting lignocaine so that the cough is suppressed, okay, when the trachea is incised. Trachea is fixed with a hook and open with a vertical incision in the region of the third and fourth or third and second rings. Remember second and third rings, right, guys? Remember what? Second and third rings is what you want to remember, okay? Between the second and third ring is what you should remember, okay? Wait. So look at this diagram here. So where are they saying you should enter? Between the second and third here. Between these two. Standard tracheostomy, right? This is the mid tracheostomy. So what are they telling here? Trachea is fixed with hook and opened with vertical incision. Okay, they're opening it with vertical incision. The first tracheal ring is never divided as perichondritis. You will not touch the first tracheal ring because that will become high and it will result in perichondritis of the cricoid cartilage with stenosis. Yes, so you won't do that. Tracheostomy tube of appropriate size is inserted and sutured with tapes. Okay, so different sizes and all we have told you in the types of tracheostomy tubes. Okay, let's move. Then what are they doing? Skin incision should not be sutured or packed tightly as it may lead to subcutaneous emphysema. You should not suture it or you should not pack tightly also. The gauze dressing is placed between the skin and the flange of the tube around the stoma. Flange of the tube, if some tubes have flange, the gauze dressing is placed where? Between the skin and the flange of the tube around the stoma. That's it. Then tracheostomy in children, infant and children, they have told here how to do. Trachea of these people are soft and compressible. It may be difficult to identify. So you should always have an endotracheal tube or bronchoscope inserted into trachea before the operation. It's better to do under general anesthesia. Don't extend the neck too much. Before incising trachea, you should silk sutures are placed in the trachea on either side of midline. Look at this, guys. This is way too technical. If you want, you can see this. Before incising the trachea, silk sutures are placed in the trachea on either side of the midline. Okay, then the trachea lumen is small, so they have given you some sizes, right? So don't insert the knife too deep, they are saying. Here you won't excise a circular piece of the tracheal wall, you'll just incise it. Here they don't prefer the metallic tubes, okay? They don't seem to like the metallic tubes, they cause more trauma. So they're saying you choose the soft Celastic or Portex tube. Post-operative X-ray of the neck and chest to ascertain the correct position, okay? Look at the lumen size for preterm neonates, etc. up to 3 mm. For adults, they're saying 9 mm. 1 cm for adults, you can say diameter.